Our first story today, what is wrong with my voice? Our first story today. We're going back to it, guys. New news. I found this in my new news folder a while back, and I haven't really been saving it. I just haven't gotten around to it. The year of new news, 2004. We're in the city of Houston, Texas. This short story, but it's kind of funny. Elementary school. There's a little elementary school in the middle of Houston, Texas, middle of nowhere. I don't know. I'm sure it's a quite populated area. There's a school police officer, it's like a community resource officer. He shows up and he's like, "Hey guys, I have this awesome stuff for you. I have these, I'm going to do this anti-gang lecture." And they're like, "Why are you so surprised? Why are you talking like you're a game show host?" He's like, No, I'm sorry. I have an anti-gang lecture to do. I don't want to forget that other intro. I didn't take a look at my notes. I forgot what he was talking about. I'm doing an anti-gang lecture, so I'm actually very stern and I'm shaking my finger at you. And then this is an elementary school again, but he's like telling, kids stay away from drugs, stay away from gangs. He looks at his notes, that's all he has written down, stay away from drugs, stay away from gangs. How do you talk to elementary school kids about gang violence? He's like, well, sometimes they shove crack up their butt so we don't find it at first. But then the kids are like, what? What is going on? Anyways, he's lecturing them anti-gang lecture, and he's like, I have some supplies to hand out. I have some stuff I'm going to hand out. Now, again, elementary school. So he hands out this, maybe stickers, pictures of like a blood in a crypt with like an X through them. And he hands out a calendar. He gives away 25 calendars to these kids. 25 anti-gang calendars. Now, this is where it would normally not be something we cover on this show, but this is where it falls into Dead Rabbit Radio territory. The calendars that he handed out to these elementary school students, they don't know how he got him, but apparently he went to some anti-gang lecture of his own, like he was being lectured. Someone was pointing sternly at him and saying, "Don't do drugs, don't join a gang." They gave him all this material, and somehow that material ended up with the stuff he was giving out to the school kids. Now, Satan worshiping is generally considered a street gang. And again, I'm not talking about like the Church of Satan, Anton LaVey level Satan, but you'll have gangs, you know where this is going now. You'll have gangs that get locked up in like gang presentations for police, and one of them is saint worshipers. They generally are like gangs. They run in groups of like, say, 3 to 7, and they may not do as much drug dealing, but they do other criminal activities like vandalism and loitering and drinking and drug use and stuff like that. So he got these at some point. The police officer got these at some point, and he's handing out these calendars to these school kids, elementary school kids. And it's a calendar, just a normal calendar that you look at, but then it has basically it was a calendar you would give to a cop. So you would look at a date and go, uh-oh, this is a satanic holiday. We better have extra patrols on the loose. And you're thinking, oh, that's okay, Jason. They give out calendars that have Christian holidays on them, right? So what's the problem with giving out a calendar? This is you're giving this to a 4th grader or a 3rd grader, whatever the grade was. September 20th, you're like, oh, that's my birthday, yay! September 20th, I'm going to look at the calendar and see what the Satan worshipers do on my birthday. I'm in 3rd grade. This is what it said on the calendar. September 20th is a midnight host. You should have a blood type ritual. Well, yeah, okay, I'm scared of my birthday now. Kid next to him's going, my birthday's the 23rd, let's look at that one. This is what it said on this calendar. Fall equinox, yay! You should have an orgy? What? Activity. Group sex. Any age, any sex. That's what it said on this calendar that he handed out to a bunch of kids. Now, no one was really punished for this. The parents were super furious because these kids are coming home with these calendars. I'm assuming they were all black with red pentagrams on them, like really, really like sexed up. Not for the kids, but for the cops who were getting them. They're like, oh yeah, this looks super spooky. Let's go arrest all these Satanists. But I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting story. And then you could go with the conspiracy angle that it wasn't a mistake. That if you go there and you hand out 25 calendars to 25 different kids, you may get one of them interested in your cult that you already have operating in the city of Houston. Was it a mistake? I don't know. Probably a very bad mistake. I'm sure that cop still gets, like, pentagrams drawn on his locker at work. Everyone still makes fun of him for telling kids that September 23rd was orgy night. That was a clip from our daily podcast, Dead Rabbit Radio. Dead Rabbit Radio is available anywhere that you listen to podcasts. It's daily paranormal, conspiracy, and true crime news. If you want to hear the full episode that this clip came from, check the link below. Please like and subscribe. And hit that little bell, too. That does some magical stuff. Thanks, guys.